The applicants have run continuously for 2 hours, a distance of over 30 kilometers from where they came from. Leorio starts to get exhausted and he becomes irritated when he sees an applicant using his skateboard. He sees it as a mockery of the hunter exam, but Gon defends the applicant, saying that the examiner just told them to follow him, without forbidding them to use whatever means. The applicant takes an interest in Gon and asks for Gon's age. Upon learning that they are of the same age, he jumps from and catches the skateboard with a maneuver, starts running alongside Gon, and introduces himself as Killua. Meanwhile, exhaustion and frustration begins to take its toll on Nicholas, a plump and geeky applicant. He initially thought they were near the exit, but his calculations seem to have been wrong. The Amori brothers taunt him even more and leave Nicholas slowly losing his mind from the emotional abuse and exhaustion. Tanpa approaches and pays them for what they did to Nicholas. Leorio, completely exhausted and covered in sweat, was on the verge of surrendering, and the rarity of rookies passing the exam was all the more affecting his enthusiasm. The urge to give up was approaching him until he looked at Gon, who had decided to wait till Leorio wills to move forward. Killua is waiting for Gon and tells him to forget Leorio and just continue, but Gon does not even move an inch, to Killua's incredulity. Leorio gains the motivation to catch up with the rest of the applicants and starts running even ahead of Gon and Killua. Gon then happily fishes for the briefcase Leorio dropped behind. Saditz starts increasing his pace when they reach 80 kilometers, marked by a long wide staircase. Leorio now catches up with Kurapika, who asks him if he is alright. Leorio tells him that he can keep up if he does not mind how stupid he looks, for he has taken off his suit to make himself more comfortable. Kurapika follows his example by taking off his blue outer garment. Kurapika then asks Leorio if he really is after money, because he doesn't see Leorio as such a shallow person. Eliciting no answer, Kurapika shares to Leorio about the scarlet eyes of the Korta clan as the reason for his clan's demise. Claimed as possessing one of the 7 most beautiful colors in the world and prized by people as rare, wealthy people, as well as thieves like the Phantom Troop, want to get their hands on the remaining pairs. Kurapika plans to become a blacklist hunter and be hired by wealthy families to get access to the black market, be able to collect his clan's eyes, and also avenge them from the Phantom Troop. Leorio comments that Kurapika would have to swallow his pride, to which Kurapika replies that his pride is nothing compared to the anguish his clan experienced. Kurapika prods Leorio about his reason to be a hunter, but he says that he really is after the money. Kurapika does not believe him, and Leorio snaps that money can buy everything, even people's lives. Kurapika thinks he is insulting the Korta clan again and threatens Leorio. Leorio snaps back that his friend would not have died if he had money, then becomes embarrassed by the revelation and turns away. Kurapika deduces that Leorio's friend died from an illness. Leorio says that it was treatable if they had the money for the operation. He wants to be a doctor to treat poor children for free, but realizes that he has to gain much more money to be able to study. Kurapika smiles upon hearing Leorio's real reason for taking the exam as Gon and Killua catch up to them. Killua calls out to Leorio to let them know they're going ahead, but addresses him as an old man. Leorio angrily replies that he's not old and that he's a teenager, surprising them all. Gon and Killua also share their reasons for taking the hunter exam. Killua joined for fun, thinking that the exam is challenging enough. Gon wants to be a hunter like his father. When Killua asks what type of hunter his dad is, Gon cannot tell. Killua finds it weird and Gon explains that he is raised by his aunt Mito, thus he does not know much about his father. Gon says he wants to know why his father chose to be a hunter over raising his son. They agree to have a race to the exit and the one to win will pay for dinner. They arrive at the exit also and Gon and Killua race ahead of Saditz. They bicker about who arrives first and ask Saditz to judge for them. Saditz answers that they both arrived at the same time. Gon proposes that since he and Killua won, they will treat each other to dinner. Other applicants come and Saditz introduce them to the location as the Milsey Wetlands, also known as the Swindler's Swamp. He had just warned them about the creature's creative means to fool their victims when a man shows up and drags with him an unconscious ape with a face like Saditz. He claims to be the examiner and accuses Saditz of being a masquerading man-faced ape. The applicants become confused, especially Leorio and Hanzo. Hisoka then attacks the two examiners by throwing his blade-sharp cards. The man with the ape is killed and is eaten by scavenger birds. However, Saditz catches the cards with his bare hands, proving himself to be the real examiner, and warns Hisoka not to attack him again lest he wants to be disqualified. He then tells the applicants to follow him into the swamp.